he's taking it like he should. But
Yeah.
based on his reaction, he must have done it on purpose.
He lost his cool. I think that's what what he said in his apology.
Yeah.
And that was a point in the game too where things were not going the Terps' way. So I mean, and he's a young guy. You don't like to see that happen, but pros lose their cool in lesser situations.
Yeah.
So.
Can we get a Manny Machado shout out?
Exactly.
But this is not we've seen, and this was not completely shocking because Diamond Stone has lost his cool before, like not in a way like this, but like I've seen him before, yell because he's upset. I've seen him before, like take his fist and bang that like that area underneath the backboard, that padded area.
Right.
He's taken his fist and punched that before when he was frustrated. So he has shown like a bit of a temper. So from that standpoint, but it's never good to see this. But again, in the heat of moment, like the guy's not an idiot. The guy caught up in the heat of the moment and he did something he shouldn't have done. And if he did it on purpose, he should have been kicked out of that game. Honestly.
Yeah. That was to be expected. I think a lot of people on Twitter were like, "Hey, watch out."
But when I saw it, I thought he just got pushed and that was where his hand landed. But
this isn't a big deal as far as a game to miss. Like
against Minnesota.
Minnesota's not that good, so he
But I tell you what,
shouldn't be missed.
If we want to get a 1 or 2 seed, we can't lose anymore. I mean, we gotta go on a little run here and start. We gotta beat Michigan. Is a big game that's coming up in a couple games.
Oh yeah, this Saturday, like we mentioned, against Minnesota, who are winless in the Big Ten, at Minnesota.
Yeah, but that's just to be a route.
Hopefully, yes. We have 5 games left in the Big Ten regular season games. 3 of them are on the road, though.
Yeah.
And
3 of them are against really good opponents.
Yeah.
Purdue's good. Indiana's good. And Michigan's good. And Michigan, I know it's at home, but they beat us once.
Purdue.
They're a good team.
At Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue's good.
Purdue's ranked. Indiana's ranked.
Indiana's good. Yeah. So it's gonna be some tests. We're gonna find out. This Maryland team has all the potential in the world. But Trimble has to play well. Diamond Stone has to keep his cool. And we can do something here. But if we can't shoot from the 3-point line, and if Trimble struggles, then we're gonna have a hard time winning. We're not a team without flaws.
Well, it's just annoying. It was a bad loss against Wisconsin.
Bad loss.
It sucks to see him drop from number 2 to number 6. I want to keep in the top 4 at
He's
least.
so close to number 1.
I know.
I just want to see that number 1. Just give me number 1 for
Villanova
a day.
won. They got to stay at number 1.
Yeah.
Not the Terps. But
So
there's so
close.
much parity from what I read in the top 25, or even like in the top 5 teams week to week. Like there's no single powerhouse that's just dominating everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has losses. Everybody has losses to unranked teams.
What? And so what you're going to see here is you're going to see a team get hot come tournament time.
Sure, just got to win
make a
6
run.
straight or whatever.
Yeah, and so there's a handful of teams that could get hot and do it. We will see if Terrapins are one of those teams. If they get hot, they can certainly do it. But we'll see who gets hot at the right time.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those deals. All right. Let's get to enough Terps talk. Let's get to the ball bag.
You're just a ball bag, my friend. Hey, ball bag. How you doing? What's your name again? It's ball bag. I'm posh.
We already talked Birdland Radio, but as I was looking at my buttons, trying to find the ball bag button, I realized before I send that ad out to all the other shows, I should incorporate this button along with the explosions.
Yeah.
Get a little Chris Davis excitement. So there's a report out of the New Yorker that claims that TMZ paid around $100,000 for the Ray Rice surveillance tapes. What was that, 2 years ago? 3 years ago, whenever that was?
So.
Do you think was that worth it? Like, did TMZ make back their $100,000?
Well, apparently,
and did the Ravens try to put some money out, you think?
This is an article the New Yorker has been promoting for a while.
And why are we still talking about it?
Well, they did a whole article on how TMZ does their business, and the sports aspect of it in the article was revealed that they paid almost $100,000 total when you take the 2 videos. They paid something crazy for the first video that just showed Ray dragging her out of the elevator, which apparently I didn't know it at the time, but the video was taken by a security guy basically just holding his cell phone up to the monitor and videotaping it that way.
Oh, really?
Okay.
It's not the
Yeah,
actual. I thought it was the actual tape.
Right. They apparently paid $15,000 just for that, and then the worst video. I don't know how to describe it, because that's pretty bad, and then it just got worse from there.
Right.
Yeah, almost $100,000 allegedly paid for that stuff. And I put that question in the ball bag more of an aspect of like, was it worth it? Like, you basically ruined the guy's life. And if TMZ was willing to pay $100,000 for it, did the owner of the video go to the Ravens and say, "Hey, I got TMZ's going to give me $100,000 to publicize it. How much you willing to pay me to hide it under the carpet?" You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought that was
that's
interesting.
when you need to call Scott Boras and say, "Scott Boras, I got this tape. What's the best contract you can get for me?"
Scott
for
Boras
this
like,
tape?
"I don't represent Ray Rice, thank God." Oh man.
Yeah, that's the ugly side of these things.
It is, yeah, and I don't know. You hate that it even happened. You hate for the Ray Rice and his career and all the implications it has for his wife and everything and his family. But at the same time, it opened up exposed the NFL for the instance that they tend to shove under the rug.
Yep.
Like for the Ray Rice that got publicized, how many of them don't get publicized? Greg Hardy came out after the fact. There was Ray Caruth years and years ago.
Yeah.
Kind of got pushed under the rug.
But you look at a guy like Greg Hardy. I mean, he's still playing in the league.
Yeah.
It also
Double
kind of
standard.
showed the hypocrisy of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And
Video.
we've talked about
Video.
Yeah,
It's
there
the
was
video.
audio.
The video made the difference.
Yeah, but even like this is just one example of 1,000 examples on why the NFL is so hypocritical in so many things that they do.
And
so
why
many
is
ways
it?
they run their business.
Why is it? There's video, but Greg Hardy's girlfriend has photographs of black eyes and bruises all over his shoulders and stuff. But I don't know what's the difference.
And we'll see what happens here with Chapman in a different league, but similar domestic issue where he shot a gun in the house.
Yeah.
But the charges were dropped, so he's not going to be facing any kind of criminal charges. But we'll see if the MLB starts taking a stand too. Because this is, I mean, the more with TMZ, with social media, the more we get into the personal lives of these players, the more you realize a lot of these players have issues.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so it's, I mean, there was I know this is going way back, but the Peyton Manning story from when he was at the University of Tennessee, that came out again, I guess. So a lot of people have been talking about it this week. But you know, a lot of these players are they're human. They're young. They're rich. They play violent sports, and so that kind of all adds up for you not to be the nicest guy in the world.
They might have brain injuries.
Well, and there's always something else involved. There's
Some kind of substance.
some types of substance is always involved.
Yeah.
Whether you're in an elevator or don't have your pants on and you're down in Miami.
Or driving 200 miles per hour underneath the harbor tunnel.
Right. There's always a substance.
Now, and this is years later, but can we all agree that O.J. Simpson had some kind of brain damage,
Oh, yeah.
CTE or whatever?
Yeah, he had CTE. Or he has CTE because
He's still alive. Right?
He's in jail.
He's in jail right
He's in
now.
jail.
And he's called what, like the Queen Bee or something?
I don't know what he is. I just
He's
know.
the Queen Bee in jail.
Oh, he's got a nickname?
Oh, he's got a nickname. He's very popular with the fellas.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I just know
Yes.
the People
He's
versus
got a
OJ
posse.
is a great show.
He's the juice.
Last
Yeah,
week
the
with the
juice is
Broncos
loose.
chase
Yeah,
was
that was
a
good.
great episode.
You get him, juice. You're still in the game.
Yeah, he's still in the game. Except for Ross. Ross sucks.
Oh,
on
I
the
love
show.
Ross on that show. Ross is the best. I heard that OJ, when he played football for the Bills or the 49ers, he played for a couple teams, that his head was too big for the helmets. So rather than get a helmet his size, they basically just thinned out the padding in the helmet so it would fit on his head.
I don't know.
Look that up,
That
intern.
was back when no
That
one
can't be
cared.
true.
I mean,
Then
all right,
that would explain his head wounds and then why he murdered his ex-wife.
all right, don't you? I don't know if that
Allegedly.
explains why he murdered his ex-wife, but he
Allegedly.
did probably have head problems.
Oh, yeah, he's called Daddy Juice.
Daddy juice.
That's what he goes by in prison.
Daddy
Sounds
juice.
right.
Yes.
Sounds right.
According
I
to
love
Deadspin.
that nickname.
All right. You know how you fix the NFL and all these brain injuries?
No.
Get rid of the shoulder pads and get rid of the helmets. And just play football.
Yeah.
And then you're not using your body as a projectile.
Right, and then you'll have a bunch of guys doing the Cam Newton where there's a fumble and he's like, back up. I ain't going in
Cam
there.
Newton's a baby for doing that. But look at I don't know any stats. But what about rugby players? Is there a huge issue with rugby players?
No, but they're
CTE?
tough guys. They're like tough boys.
Yeah, I know they're tough guys, but but they're not wearing all these shoulder pads and helmets.
You get a bunch of rugby players together, it's like, woof, I'm messing with these tough boys.
The shoulder pads and the helmets don't protect them. They make it worse.
The article at Deadspin, this is a couple years ago, but it's about O.J. Simpson. It says, whenever O.J. Simpson is let out of the prison yard, he stays with them. This is kind of like his posse. Reveal the insider. He says the girls is a group of men he hangs out with. They're called the girls.
All right.
The girls treat me like I was king, O.J. Simpson said. He claims they flirt with him and even give him massages. Some even call him DJ, short for Daddy Juice.
Wow.
Oh, I hope that's in this movie I'm watching. Or show.
You mean the show?
The
Yeah.
show. If not, it'll be in that 30 for 30 special this June. That's like an 8-hour.
It's a very interesting prison subculture that it fascinates me. That these men who are the tough,
I have no fascination.
they are
with
the
it.
toughest of the tough guys, the worst criminals committing the most heinous things in the world. But then they get them in prison for a little
Daddy
while,
Juice.
and they, hey girl, hey Daddy Juice, let me give you a back rub.
Yeah. How well does that go over in prison? I don't know.
I hope they don't listen to the show in prison.
I hope they do.
I hope they don't get out of prison. Yeah.
They come after
If
the
they
Zany
do-
Burt Roadie.
Yeah.
Who's your tough boy now?
I don't think you would do well in prison, Bert.
I'm not saying I would. I'm just saying the subculture fascinates me.
He just wants to be the zany
Although,
daddy.
Of the four
Zany
of us,
ZD.
of the four of us, I think ZD would do the best.
I would just try to stay as zany as
Hey,
possible.
you want to talk about Petticoat?
Petticoat Junction?
Pagoda? Abe Pagoda?
Pagoda? I don't know.
He died on your
You know,
birthday.
these stupid predictions that come out every year that say the Royals will suck, the Orioles will suck.
Yeah.
And USA Today came out yesterday and said the Orioles will suck.
Is that what they said?
They-
Headline: Orioles will suck.
No, the headline was Baltimore is a suckhole.
Yeah. Basically, they're saying Baltimore's a suckhole.
There you go. It's right up there on the television right now.
They are calling for the Orioles to fall in last place at 72-90. They're saying that the Orioles are going to score less runs than last year.
You're
and
talking about
give up more
the
runs
Pacoda
than last year.
projections.
The Pacoda.
Right.
Yeah, I probably got some of my initials screwed up. But what I don't understand
And this is the baseball prospectus projections.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And last year they projected 79 and we got 81.
Yeah, Josh.
Which is a pretty good projection.
yeah.
Except
She's pretty spot on.
there is no way they projected the suckhole. Think of how many things went wrong last year for the Orioles. Remember when we were keeping a tally of how many guys we were just dumping?
Yeah.
Everett Cabrera, Delman Young.
I guarantee if we
Travis
listed
Snyder.
all of the guys that were on the team right now, there's still guys we would forget that they were on the team last year.
Hasn't our starting pitching gotten worse though? And our starting pitcher was bad last year. And we lost our best starting pitcher, Wei Yin Chen.
Yeah.
It depends. Do you think Kevin Gausman and Chris Tillman and Ubaldo Jimenez are going to have worse years or better years? Guys like Chris Tillman and Miguel Gonzalez need to have better years.
You know, I'm not a scientist.
I didn't
Wait,
know
what?
that.
I'm not a scientist.
Thought that was that big test you were taking on Friday.
You're a science teacher.
I'm not even a science teacher.
Oh.
I don't know much about science. There's this thing called global warming, right? And about 10 years ago or about 20 years ago, people started talking about global warming, and other people said this is ridiculous, right?
Right?
Al Gore, right?
Yeah, and even the inconvenience truth, and then and nowadays you'll still have people, I don't understand why, non-scientists who'll say, well, global warming is not a real thing.
It isn't a real thing.
But at some
Right.
point,
It was freezing this morning. What are you talking about?
at some point, how many scientists have to come to you and say, listen, I'm a scientist. This is my field. Global warming is a very real thing for you to believe it. I feel like Josh is in denial. How many people, how many experts need to come to you, Josh,
And say the Orioles will suck
before you believe it's true?
The Orioles, if you look at that, then according to the scientists, the Orioles have sucked since 2012. And as far as I'm concerned, the Orioles sucked way before 2012, and they've been okay 2012. And I cannot see this year being worse than last year. Way too many things went wrong last year that were not accounted for.
But Josh, could it be you're focusing too much on the Orioles and not looking at how other teams have improved, like the Red Sox getting David Price?
The Yankees.
Okay.
Chapman.
Yeah, and that second baseman, I'm blanking on his name, that they traded for from
Sure.
the Cubbies.
It could be. It could be. But it's not like they're projecting those guys to have this amazing year.
Josh just wants respect.
Yeah.
Respect
They are
Baltimore.
The AL East. They are expecting Tampa Bay Rays 91 wins.
Yeah.
Red Sox
Tampa Bay is really surprising.
88.
91. Yeah.
Blue Jays 86. Yankees 85. Orioles 72.
Why do you think that is, Josh?
I don't know, because then yesterday USA Today comes out and they have Boston at 88, Toronto at 86, Tampa at 83, New York at 83, Baltimore at 78. These numbers don't mean anything. It's people guessing. It's like weathermen. It's like the weathermen. Weathermen have been okay in Baltimore the past couple of weeks because all they do is call for snow and snow keeps coming. But they don't know. They can make all these projections. You can't account for injuries. No computer, no projectionist can tell you what's going to happen injury-wise. It's why you have to play the game.
Then why are you getting so wrought up? This, to me, and I could care less about this. This is to me the same as like Buster Olney will come out with his predictions.
His picks, like when the Ravens were picked to win the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, no, and I don't care. Like I don't care what Buster Olney says Orioles will do. I don't care what USA Today says Orioles will do. I don't care what Pacoda says Orioles will do. I'm not bothered by this stuff. I wonder why, looking at the rankings from Baseball Prospectus, they have their last stat is this FRAA, and if you click on it, it says that the FRAA stands for fielding runs above average. So it seems like it's a defensive metric.
Right.
And Tampa Bay is at 57.8 for this defensive metric. What's they're a great defensive team. Okay, that's a high number. That's by far the highest in baseball. And the Orioles are the only American League East team to have a negative FRAA.
Well, it's because of that suck hole in right field.
Yeah, but I mean that they'll have a negative one. That the Yankees and Red Sox. Have the Red Sox have Sandoval at third base and Hanley Ramirez in the outfield.
Good defensive team.
I don't understand how we're projected to be such a poor defensive team. But like, there's a reason they're saying that. I just don't really understand it.
Do you know what team has the most wins in the American League since 2012?
Orioles.
The Orioles.
Yeah.
No projection will ever show you that.
Yeah. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's computers, and computers can't account for everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to just look at their past record, and they're not accurate.
I believe they picked 72 wins last year for the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah. I bet.
So if we turn out like the Kansas City Royals this year, that sounds pretty good to me.
But you're right, Judge. It's just another projected standings. Like I would wager money that I could make projected standings that are more accurate than these baseball baseball perspectives.
We're gonna and I'm sure we'll make our picks.
Everyone does, and they're all about the same amount of accuracy.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Fowler and Gallardo. Then we'll make our picks.
Guys, speaking of Petco,
that's not what we're talking about at all.
Yeah.
We had a listener.
They go up and their stock margin go up a little bit.
Hunter just tweeted some breaking news that a dog named after the Orioles All-Star third baseman Manny Machado has won Best of Breed at the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show.
Well, that's got
breaking news tonight.
That's got to bode well for the Orioles.
That black dog was ugly.
He had some big ears like Manny. I figured that's why they named him.
Well, I figured since we were talking about pets and dogs,
we were never talking about pets or dogs.
You just had the Petco rankings of
Pacoda.
Oh, I thought that was Abe Vigoda.
No, we're not talking about him either.
I have no idea what's going on.
All right, I know what Bert would like to talk about.
What?
The promotion schedule.
Yes.
You love
it's
giveaways.
Matt's favorite thing to talk about.
You love free stuff.
Let me roll my eyes for the next 5 minutes.
Roll your eyes at the little camera right here.
They're giving away Newsboys hats.
The whole head roll.
You love the Newsboys hats.
Newsboys?
Yeah, like the little paperboy hats, like Newsies.
Really?
That's for Father's Day.
Give me the papes. I got the papes.
Away Oriole paperboy hats.
But Josh,
that's your type of hat.
What's the big one, Josh?
I don't know. The Manny Gnome.
The Manny Gnome.
The Manny Gnome.
What's everyone doing with these Manny Gnomes? Everybody's got to have the Manny Gnome. What are they doing with the Manny Gnomes?
Well, I got the Buck Gnome. It just sits here.
It's going in the studio.
Where do you think it's going to go? It's going to go where all the other crap.
I don't understand what people like the statues. The statues
right.
a couple years ago.
They were the greatest thing ever.
And I got all the statues.
Statues were
Josh's
awesome.
Old set.
Can't wait to add the Mike Mussina statue.
I still need 3 of them. If anybody can hook me up with the Jim Palmer.
eBay
for free. Anyone hook me up for free.
All right, here.
I don't get the gnome though.
I'll tell you about the gnome. I sold it for $60 on eBay last year.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
That's
get this
what made
stuff.
it worth it.
You people putting on your garden? That's what they're garden gnomes. That's what they're for. You put them on the garden. You scare the rabbits away.
Hey, you know what it is? It's nice because it's free. And it's nice to have some Oriole memorabilia
It's not
that
free.
I don't have to go
You
to
gotta buy the
Modell's
ticket and wait
buy.
in a 2-hour line to get
I don't
it.
wait.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
annoying.
wait in those lines, and I'm going to go to the game anyway.
I traded in
So yeah,
a JJ Hardy bobblehead. Josh has one over there. I got one from that game. I traded it for a Brooks Robinson mini statue. I feel like that was a trade.
that's
up.
a good trade up.
JJ Hardy for Brooks Robinson.
Yeah.
I'll make that trade every day.
Yeah, I wish we could make that trade.
I
in
would
real
do
life.
it. I would take 70-year-old Brooks Robinson at shortstop right now over JJ
He's
Hardy.
older than 70.
Yeah, I think it is. As long
he
as there's
older
no
than 70?
stages nearby, he seems to fall
Intern,
off.
how old is Brooks Robinson? Look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the things I noted, they got 2 bobblehead days, a hoodie, a free Oriole hoodie. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
They did a hoodie last year,
Yeah,
a
I
zip-up hoodie.
Was it nice?
I know, probably not. I mean, it's not like the $70 ones you buy at the store. I'm
No,
sure.
I know, but I'm sure it's decent.
They don't tell you what bobbleheads they're going to be. Is it fan vote again?
I don't
So we
know.
get another Steve
I hope
Pierce
it's not.
bobblehead. Great.
Right. I don't know. And then warm-up, cover-up things they're saying, which people are really excited about. I don't get that.
But they don't have pictures of
Why
any
do
of
I
this
want
stuff.
like a plastic jacket?
I don't understand why you guys want any of this stuff. Why you when you ask why you want that, but you understand why you want a garden gnome?
I would take a
It's-
bobblehead so I can trade it in for the other statues I
bobbleheads and
don't
garden
have.
gnomes just decorate the studio. The Orioles should send us this stuff ahead of time so we can
They should.
decorate the studio and promote them.
I mean, if I had a studio like this, I would want the gnome.
Oh,
and
and
the bobbleheads.
my favorite giveaway, the bucket hat is back, I believe, or
Yeah.
they call it the floppy hat.
Yeah,
Right.
So
we had the bucket hat
with
on
the big Miller Lite
yeah.
symbol on there.
Yep, those are my favorite giveaways because
Night
I
at the
actually use
yard.
those. That's my vacation hat.
Yeah,
It's my cruise hat.
Dude, they had the nice O's hat, the DAP.
They got the DAP
hats.
hats.
Yeah, it was always. I like those. Those are fine. I just don't know how many T-shirts one man needs.
They're doing.
How many Orioles T-shirts does one person need?
I gave a lot away. Well, actually, we need a lot new ones now because I had to give away my Chen one. I had to give
this,
away my
presumptuous of me to be wearing my.
Well, that wasn't a free
October.
giveaway one.
Ooh,
Yeah,
can
no,
I show
but-
the camera what I'm wearing?
Yeah.
Jim Traber.
Oh, you, Bert, are definitely having sex tonight with that shirt.
I saw that on Twitter.
Jim Traver even told me so on Twitter. So yeah, my favorite obscure Oriole.
Come on, Traber.
Come on, Traver.
Is
Okay.
it off of the ball bag?
Yeah, let's go to this.
Oh my!
Yay!
You know what that means, boys and girls?
But does he know?
Someone turn on that intern's mic. It's time for thoughts, corrections, analyses,
It's
fun
been on
facts
since the music
with the
started.
intern.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Just doing a
You know,
podcast.
just doing my job, kind of. So I actually looked up Brooks Robinson's age. He's 78.
Oh, so I should have rounded up to 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd still take him over JJ Hardy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to stick with Jerry James. What's his name? JJ.
Okay, cool. So our goal for Birdland Radio is $5,000 to be raised.
All
Done.
right.
Yep.
Done.
We
That's
can
it.
do that.
All right, I thought you were done like you're covering it.
No, I mean like our listeners and the listeners of
No.
all the other podcasts. can do that.
I think that's a really good goal we can hit.
And the Yankees traded for Starlin Castro.
There
second
it is.
baseman
There you
from
go.
Yeah.
the
That's their
Chicago
only
Cubs.
move this year, right?
No, they got Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. all
There's
right,
a couple
yeah.
of trades, but no,
No-
free
no
agent
free
signings.
agents.
Yeah.
And rugby is actually, it has so many brain injuries. Like 10,000 children in the United Kingdom last year
Die
actually
every
went to the
year.
hospital.
Well, because they're
From
children.
rugby.
Children should not be playing rugby. Can I put that out there? Children and rugby is a bad idea.
Well, like children, I just mean like,
Under 5.
I meant like 9 to 18, but like
Yeah, that would be children.
yeah,
like a
but
high school
I'm not
sport.
I'm not saying like 5 to 9. I'm saying like high school students as well.
All right.
But 10,000 males actually went to hospitals / doctors' offices for concussions last year because of rugby.
Why?
10,000, Josh. How do you
Well,
feel about that?
I
How about
stand.
cricket?
I
Everyone should
stand
just play
by.
cricket.
Give me the numbers for football from ages 9 up.
No.
Because I stand by, if you get rid of the shoulder pads and the helmets, football will be safer.
It's not the shoulder pads and the helmets.
Josh,
It's
this
the
Yes, it
helmet.
is. It's the
Josh,
shoulder
you
pads
sound
and the
like
helmets.
a crazy person. Stop.
No, the shoulder pads and the helmets are the problem because you're hitting people with hard objects because in your head you say this hard object is going to protect me and hurt the other person
You're
more.
saying people going around with no helmets, hitting each other as hard as they can, will be less damaging?
If I right now dive at your legs with what I'm wearing now versus dive at your legs wearing big shoulder pads and a big hard helmet, which ones do you think is going to hurt you
So
more?
wait, are you saying that people would dive less hard?
Yes.
Okay, so you're
I'm saying that you will play more protecting your body, plus you will not be wearing an object that can hurt the other guy.
Will they
Yes,
throw a
because it's the
15-yard
momentum
flag for skull-to-skull contact
Probably.
instead of helmet-to-helmet?
Yeah.
Skull to skull.
Forehead to forehead.
Well, it's the
Plus, you can get some great marketing dollars because you can see the guys' faces.
Yeah. Josh, on the side, Josh's side gig, he's a doctor, so he knows all. He's a
Yeah.
brain doctor, so he knows
Will
all
our
about
listeners
this.
please get on Twitter and support me?
No,
You guys think I'm crazy.
I think
Football
you're
will be
insane.
safer if you get rid of this crap.
It's insane.
How will it be safer? Because rugby has none of that, and it's just as dangerous.
No, you're
Boom.
doing the math wrong. You're not comparing. You're giving me numbers, but you're not giving me the football number. You can't say 10,000 rugby without giving me the football number.
Well, I'll look it up, but it's actually the momentum that causes your brain to move around it. So I mean, like, we'll decrease the momentum, but not enough to actually cause.
All right,
concussions
Dr.
to go
Intern.
away.
I stand by my point. I
Man,
don't.
where's this conversation going? All I can think
I'm
about,
just sitting back and popping a cola. This is wonderful.
all I left thinking about is that there are 10,000 tough boys in England that are making me really nervous.
I didn't know that.
I don't want to go to
had
England.
10,000.
England's a small country too, and 10,000 that's a good percentage of the population right there who could beat you up in a
Yeah,
second.
tough boys.
Who are, who will make you Daddy Zany in a
Zany
second.
Daddy.
Zany Daddy.
ZD.
I'm sorry, ZD.
Thank you.
Does the intern have anything else over there?
Anything else,
Nope,
intern?
I'm done.
Good job, buddy.
Great job. And intern.
Don't listen to
he's
Josh.
been-
He just gets you all agitated.
I don't know how he does this, but he's going back and forth between Twitter accounts because he's been tweeting as a World's Worst Intern at WWE Intern. He's also been tweeting from our show,
He's running the
Section
video.
56 show, running the video.
He's all over
Yeah,
it.
he's doing a good job.
He's doing the research for his little segment at the end.
Yeah, he's all over it.
Oh, he's
Oh,
trying
he's
to
got
talk.
something else.
He's got something else.
I didn't see the candle. There it is.
So concussions are frequent in high school football. Football has the highest rate of concussion among high school sports, but that's not saying you
That's
can't
just
play
in
football
America.
on that one because we don't actually play rugby.
That's true. Great point, intern.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. More people in England, I'm sure, get injured by rugby versus football.
Because they don't play football in England.
Exactly.
Well,
And more people get injured
No,
in
they play
cricket
football.
in England than baseball.
Definitely play football. They just, it's soccer.
They call soccer football.
But you also
Can we
gotta
move
look at,
on?
You gotta look at the
No,
percentages,
'cause
Josh,
I wasn't done my stats.
because there's a lot more people in America than there are in England.
Yeah, but do we have 10,000 tough boys in America?
I don't know if we
Can
do.
I finish this? Or?
Yeah, intern wants to
off.
finish. Go ahead.
Oh, I found the stat.
What intern? Let intern finish.
Go, intern.
So, per 10,000 athletic exposures, which I don't know what an athletic exposure is, but there's apparently 11 concussions.
Athletic exposures when you run around in a jockstrap.
It sounds dirty.
In the United States, there is an estimated 1.6 to 3.8 concussions a year.
1.6 to 3.8?
What is that?
Million.
Oh, okay.
So are we just gonna sit around and read Google to each other all night? Come on, I could have done this at home. Good job, Josh. Good job, intern. Now we all know how many concussions. I don't really know anything. I drew no conclusions from this.
I have not seen the with or without helmet stats, but I stand by my without.
We need
the
to
gear.
do a test this theory with Josh and the intern. Josh will get no helmet. The intern will get a helmet, and we'll just see what happens. And we'll let them hit each other.
Get that on video with the
Who gets
fastball
concussed
challenge.
first wins or loses. Something.
Something.
Okay, where's our music, Josh? Get out of here.
I'm working on it.
He's working on it.
I had to get the intern's mic off.
He had to get off his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, that too.
All right, boys and girls, thanks for listening. You can write us an awesome review like Jacob did.
Yeah.
Just go to iTunes and write a review.
Yeah. Someone describe us as harder hitting than an England rugby player.
Or just call us tough boys.
Tough boys.
I like that.
Yeah, maybe even drop a zany daddy in there.
You know,
I'll take it.
I wrote down Suckhole as the name of the show,
We
but
can't
maybe
call
it
our
needs,
show Suckhole.
maybe it needs to change to Tough Boys.
I like tough boys
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
It gives the
I mean,
aura that we are tough.
It's that or Daddy Juice. Which one do you want? before
Tough
we go
boys.
out?
Tough boys.
Tough
I vote
boys.
tough
Tough
boys.
boys.
All right,
yeah.
it's tough boys.
Because I think it describes us well.
It does.
It does.
I think that's probably the name of OJ's gang.
Hey,
Tough
girls.
boys.
Just a bunch of tough boys hanging out.
You massage me, I massage you.
Podcasting, big boy.
You can follow the show on Twitter. You can like us on Facebook,
Yeah.
You
And follow
can,
us on Instagram.
Instagram.
We're
have an Instagram
everywhere.
Page. We're everywhere.
We're on SoundCloud. We're on. What's that other one called?
Tumblr?
Nah, yeah.
Libsyn?
Libsyn. The whatever you use.
iTunes.
Yeah.
Most
wherever you listen
importantly-
to podcasts, we're there.
But most importantly, every Tuesday night at 7:30
7:30
p.m. on video,
YouTube.
section336.com, YouTube. If you're listening now on iTunes, come back next Tuesday night at 7:30 and watch us on video. It's a
Or
lot
just
of fun.
going over now and rewatch it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the cool thing about watching it live is you got the chat going live.
interact
where-
with Twitter. Yeah.
where Bert can respond to you. We appreciate
I'll wink
when
at ya.
people interact with you. Yeah, there's the wink. There it is, boys and girls. How many times did you wink at the camera today?
A lot.
Okay, that's creepy. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at Section336. You can follow Bert.
At Bert Brody.
You can follow Josh.
At Josh Soroka.
You can follow the intern.
At WW Intern.
Oh, good job, Josh. But I want to recommend it. Thanks for listening, boys and girls. And as always, go O's.
Section 336 is a affiliate of 24/7 Networks. Find Section 336 on UtahStreetReport.com.